Mm. Hey everyone, welcome. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh. So I just finished making client of mine's personal oil and an incense that she can burn. Um, I'm going to give it to her tomorrow. So I want to talk about something that happened yesterday. And I know there's probably other people experiencing it, and I don't know if it's a blood thing or, but have you been experiencing the intense muscle pain, lower back pain? Like my psoas muscle, I pulled it about 5 days ago, reaching for a freaking pen, sitting on the floor, doing some writing. And you know how you're sitting, and I was kind of sitting like this, with my feet together, and I went and I reached for a pen, and then I felt it, and I said, "Oh." And then so I kind of stretched out a little bit, and I did a little bit of side stretch that, and went down and did cobra, and kind of went through and stretched that one leg forward, and all the good stuff. I did all that, and I'm thinking, okay, it's fine, shouldn't be anything. So the next day, I kind of felt it. The next day, I felt it again. By the time I got to yesterday, it was so painful that I had gotten it stretched out, got it stretched out. I went ahead and did a massage because the pain was just like, it was there as long as I didn't have to sit or get in the car. Okay. That's how you know it's psoas muscle. Then I started thinking, I'm passing a kidney stone, or maybe it's a gallstone, or maybe a freaking appendix ruptured and I don't know about it. Well, I wasn't throwing up. I didn't have a fever. I wasn't in excruciating pain all on my side, but the pain was just so radiating. So I finally get adjusted. We pop it back in. I literally heard it when he popped the lower vertebra back into place. He goes, "Wow, that was way out." And I said, "Yeah, it hurt like hell." He goes, "I got to get that swelling down." And I know, I'm like, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "Well, see how you feel." So I'm thinking, okay, swelling's going to go down. I'm going to be good. But here's the thing. When I walked in to go do the massage, one of my other massage therapist friends, she was on the table. I'm like, what's going on with her? She had the blocks on and everything. And I said, okay. And then I heard that another healer was having the same problem. And I said, is this something that you're noticing? She goes, yeah, it just started happening. All of a sudden, everyone's lower back started going out, having muscle pain, having the back pain. And I was just like, wow. And I started thinking back. Remember early summer? I think there was a time where all of us, we started, everybody had this weird hip thing that happened on the left side of the body, and the left hip was going out, left all kind of weird stuff was happening. And then the back and the neck thing started happening. The neck, remember that early in the summertime, everyone was experiencing that. So now I'm thinking that this has something to do with the psoas muscle, but I also know that this has a lot to do with the alignment of the golden spine that we need in order to keep bringing in the DNA and calibrating ourselves moving into the higher frequency. So I got my famous book out, and I just, yesterday it was just, I kept thinking, okay, it'll subside us, it'll subside once I get adjusted. No. It did not. It just progressively got worse. And so I really started thinking, shit, maybe I'm passing a kidney stone and I don't know it. And the pain was so bad, 10, beyond a 10, that if I even moved to reach to grab something off the floor, that was painful. If I went to go lift, like the kitty cat food, that was painful. If I went to go move the litter box thing, that was painful. Um, Restroom, that was painful. I mean, every little turn I did, and there was one moment I kind of scared myself where the muscle got so tight where I was like crunched over on the counter, and all I was doing was like, oh my God, what the hell? And it was just moving through, and I just breathed it out. And, I was supposed to go hang out with a friend up in Nevada City and do that. But the thought of trying to get in a vehicle and then the long period where I'm tilted like this, and then to get out, I said, "Oh, fuck that. Hell no." Sorry, can't do it. And I had to really honor myself and be true to myself because it was it's kind of like you sometimes you have to just say, "Look, I can't. I'm in so much pain." And take care of yourself. So last night, the pain, I don't do the Motrin stuff because my stomach lining and everything got eaten up when I was younger from Motrin. So I do skull cap. And I said, "Where's my skull cap?" Because I was looking for it the other night and I couldn't find it. So I went back into my tincture disc and I'm looking and pulling everything out. Where the hell are you? I know it was a brand new bottle in here, or at least almost a half brand new bottle. So I finally find it. I had to take six dropper full of that. Now, you're supposed to only do a dropper, but I had to take six because the pain was so excruciating. And so then the chiropractor says, "Well, you might have to come in tomorrow." And I said, "I can't. I got too much on my list. I'm not going to be able to stop in." And I said, "I got to do this." So I took that. And then when I got to bed, I put myself in my spiral light and activated it and got myself in there and just totally let the plant medicine work with me and be in spiral light. And this morning, not as sharp pain, but it's there still. Um, Still clicking in and out in the lower back, muscle soreness, not as much as before. But I just took 3 dropper full of skull cap just because to keep the pain off. And skull cap is really good for that nerve, nerve and soreness and that strong stuff. Look it up; it's really good. So I'm not a doctor, blah blah blah, whatever. Um, so you have to say that for this AI system here. So as muscle. I wanted to look in here because I didn't get a chance. There was no way in God's green pastures of the earth I was going to be able to get this book out to go look at it yesterday to see what am I dealing with. Case if it's in here or not. It might be in here. Might not be in here. But that psoas muscle attaches onto, I want to say, the top part of your pelvis, iliac crest, and then it wraps and comes up around and attaches to the lower lumbar vertebrae. Oh my God. And so when your lower belly is tight, like I have a lot of adhesions. So I've been working with my 787 frequency to the trillion to break up adhesions, and that's helped a lot. My stomach is not as tight, but you got to remember this. And I kept asking questions. Why is this like just hitting me so hard? And it's so freaking painful. Has a lot to do with taking in the water, has a lot to do with old cellular memory stuff coming up to the surface so it can be clear. So it gets kind of crystallized, kind of like a grain of salt. And you have to break it down and get it out of the body so that your body can release whatever's holding in that area. So I was just, I'm telling you, I was that close to going to the ER because I just couldn't get the pain under control. And Spirit says, look, just take this, get yourself oiled up. I bought this really neat oil, CBD oil from SunMed. SunMed in Lincoln. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got the info. So, well, that's the wrong card. Got it. Hold on a second. Just one second. Okay, here it is. So it's called SunMed, and it's off of 835 12 Bridges in Lincoln, California. And they have a number here, which is 916 209 3500. This is the company. And they are not messed up with any GMO stuff. It's clean. You know what I'm saying? It's clean. So, and I like to give a shout out to them because they had the infused massage oils. Of course, being a massage therapist, I'm going to go for the oil. And this particular oil, it's by SunMed, is infused and it warms up with the plant into the muscles to help with the pain. So I applied this. It took a few times before I started to notice that it was actually getting in there and helping me, but I really didn't get the pain under control until I got the skull cap on board. And whatever the hell is going on is really hitting hard in that lower back. So lower back is what? I've taught you this before. What is the lower back representing? It's representing security. It's representing a foundation. It's representing money. It's fear. If anything gets trapped in there, so it's the solar plexus. But the way this one went out, how it just, come on now, I'm just reaching for a pen. It wasn't like a fast thing. I just went, and I was like, I guess that happens now when you're in your 50s. Every little movement can cause you to have pain. So I'm looking in my book, and good luck finding this book. Ugh. It's called Messages from the Body, Their Psychological Meanings. So I'm looking to see if I can find it. I don't think he put it in here. Oh, and you know what? It might be in the back under the special part. And I just learned about this, about blood types. I knew if you really don't belong on this planet, you will have a blood type that doesn't match the rest of us. You know, your O's, your B's, your AB's, your A's. You won't blend in. Yours will come up unidentifiable. Isn't that how everything always comes up? Let me see. 'Cause I don't think I can find it. Yeah. It's probably going to be under just pulled muscles, which is a big pulled back, shoulders, pulled, locked pelvis. Swollen lips. Um, Let me see. Let me see if I can just find something like pulled muscles. Um, painful rib. So just be mindful that there is something definitely going on, and um, I guess it's I guess it's under a different shoulder problem. So that means it's going to be under lower back pain, back problems, lower back pain. This pain was so, I've had psoas muscle pain before and it hurts, but this one, I'm telling you, hit a speed bump, had to make a sharp right turn, and I was in so much pain yesterday. I was making all the yelping pain. Kitty cat Tinkerbell was looking at me like meow, 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 meow. I even leaned up against the bed and I was like this. I said, "Why don't you paw me? Why don't you give me a massage?" She literally went like this and then sat down and looked at. I said, "That's not helping me. I need longer than that." And she said, "Meow, meow, meow, meow." And I said, "You don't love me." Where's the love? Somebody show me the love. So I'm going to research and see what I come up with. I can't find it for whatever reason. But anyway, I really wanted to come on here and talk about if you're experiencing it, please make sure you up your water. Um, I'm really paying attention, putting my waters in the bottles, but make sure you really up the water because if our body, you have to remember there's so much frequency hitting our planet right now, and so much is coming in. Think about this, the intensity of it, the proton, the plasmic bodies, the plasmic light, all of that hitting us. It's extracting and expanding us at the same time. If you don't have enough water in your body to help make this a little easier, so that you're not what I call crystalline ripping, um, where you get your body's crystallizing, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we got to compensate. You know, oh my gosh, I am not kidding. This pain was unreal. And then trying to get myself in the bed, and it's almost like, okay, I have a dislocated knee. I know what that pain is like from all the dance stuff, but man, to go through that, it was just unreal. And just even today, just trying to get in and out of the car wasn't as painful, but it was still there. So I had to be very mindful how I was pushing the cart. So I had to go to Big Lots, pick up some supplies, stuff, get some things. So let me tell you about my visit to Big Lots. I thought this was really interesting because I'm like, okay, I got just enough time. Let me run in there and get what I got to get on the road, and I got to go pick up the young one. So let me hurry up and get this done. So I'm walking around, I'm putting things in a basket, getting all my stuff. And one of the products I really, really like that they have is this kelp and sea salt body scrub by St. Ives. Love that. It's a good way to cleanse yourself up. You got the sea salt already in there. You got the kelp in there. Hey, it's perfect for us mermaid people that just want to kind of keep ourselves all nice and clean after being out in the world of projection. Um, so that's been kind of like the interesting part of it. So I'm walking around and putting all my stuff in there. And I get up to the front register and I'm ready to check out. I went early enough, so there was maybe one or two people in the store. No line to stand in, thank goodness. So I go up and this guy comes up, and this guy I've never seen before, and he's real tall. And I'm like, wow. So I'm loading up the stuff, and every time I look at him, all I see is literally fired firemen. Then I see a police officer in front of him. Then I see a warrior. Then I see the fireman again. Then I see the police officer again. And it's like, choo-choo-choom, choo-choo-choom, choo-choo-choom. I'm like, He goes, something wrong? I said, yeah, I don't know what's going on with you, but this is definitely not your job to be doing here. And he goes, what? I said, look, all I'm seeing around you is fireman and police officer. Okay? It's all I keep seeing. He starts laughing. And I said, what? Speak now, forever hold your peace. He starts laughing. And he goes, I go, what do? And he goes, well, that's funny. You should say that. I can't. I say, it's all around you. My God, what the hell? You don't feel divinely aligned here. This is just a temporary stop off for you. Don't get comfortable here. Okay. He's like, okay. He goes, well, before COVID hit, I was applying for the fireman thing, but there was something going on at the time, and I wasn't able to get in. They said, well, it's not going to be enough positions for this. There's going to be a lot of layoffs. Da, 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 da. Something he was applying for specifically for the fire department. And so he says, okay. So he waited, and then he just was trying to be recruited by police officers on the police academy a couple of weeks ago. And his wife was like, no, I don't want you to do that. Not how people are treating the police officers now. I don't want to lose you because of that. And he goes, and my dad's a police officer. And then I have other relative uncles and things that were firemen. And I said, you're kidding. He goes, no. And I can't believe you picked up on that. I said, well, when I see people, I see like their timelines, or I see like what they're supposed to be doing or align with. And I said, "Hi, I'm sorry, but this is you working here as a manager or whatever. You're at Big Lots. I'm sorry. This get off this train. This train is not going to take you where you're going to be going. You need to get a look. You need to get a new ticket." You need to get on the golden train of the divine alignment. Get on that, and that'll take you where you're gonna be. And I said, I'm gonna speak very straight to you. And I said, look, if you are divinely, and your soul is a warrior, and you're all about defending and protecting people, you're gonna do that no matter what, because it's a part of your DNA. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of you want to defend, you want to fight, you want to protect. If that's where you're going with that, and you serve in a good way, and you're there for all people, not just some people, all people, then that's what your soul alignment is to be. And if it's something that's pulling on you, honor that. He goes, I know, I really, I want to do the fire thing, and I want to be the officer thing, but I want to be in a good place where I don't get taken out due to hate and hate stuff. I don't agree with all that. I want to make a difference. And I'm like, when the time is right, I said, just wait until the middle of next year, around spring. Then start. Everything's going to be different. Everything's going to be new. And you'll know exactly when to do it. He goes, really? I said, you really? He goes, man, I can't wait to tell my wife about you. And I said, well, I'm just saying. So it was just kind of interesting how I just went in there to go get a few things, but yet and still, I went in there and I met this wonderful man and saw what his energy was and what his timeline. I mean, very well spoken, very tall, very clean cut. Just I'm like, no, hell no, you don't build. No, no, no. This big lots, you no. Doesn't work. I say you need to I'm sorry, can't be here anymore. It's not divinely aligned. Have a nice day. Good life. Bye. You need to be like that. And that's where a lot of us are right now, where you're looking at things and you're like, this ain't working no more. This ain't working. This ain't working. Um, but you're just showing up to be there, to be assistance until that aligned timeline comes in and lines up everything beautifully. And you want to make sure you have the right people in the back of you that support you when you do that. I know his wife is fearful of that, and I totally get that. If I was married to a man who was a warrior, who would be out as a fireman, military service, a police officer, my heart would just be pounding all the time every time he would leave. Is he going to make it back home? I totally, hands down to the women who are married to the warriors who go out and do it. And I'm talking about the good ones. I'm not talking about the ones that are bad apples out there just trying to commit harm to every melanated person underneath the moon, trying to hurt them. I'm not talking about the soulless ones. I'm talking about the actual real ones that felt the call to be of service in that way. And I still remember to this day when I was up in Folsom and I was coming down from the mall area, and there was this officer on his motorcycle bike, and on his motorcycle. Why do I have to say bike? It's on a motorcycle. Um, so he's on his motorcycle, and I see this light in my view mirror, and I'm like, it was gold and it was white and silver, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I'm looking, and then when he finally gets past me, I literally saw all of his shield of protection around him getting onto the freeway. He was emanating this beautiful gold and silver light. It was the most beautiful thing. I said, now that's an angel cop. He's got Archangel Michael around him. He's got all the protection. And I bet you some money he'll make it through this whole thing. He'll never get shot. Or if he does get shot, it won't kill him. He'll be fine. But I said, look at him. He is like shielded. He's the only one I've ever seen that had a light like that on him, that emanated that much light. I mean, it was just a sight to be seen because it was the kind of light, you're driving on. Usually, if you're going to see an officer, you're going to see a red and a blue light in your view mirror, not gold and white and silver. I'm like, what kind of light is that? And then as he went by, it was just so pretty to see that on him. And he was just sitting up, just getting on the freeway, and his light was just emanating. I mean, it was like a huge shield of light around him. I'm like, look at that. He's got some nice angels around him. So I just really wanted to share that with all of you on here. And I want to say thank you for the views for the water healing video before this, the one where I do the divine talk, the divine codes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for viewing that, all of you. I hope to hear back from some of you. Let me know what you experienced with the water. Let me know what you felt when you took that in on that beautiful 12/12 day. I really would like to know about how you felt about it. So, one of the things I really wanted to just come on here and share about that. Now, today, I was in one of my mixing moods. So hopefully I can do this right. So I have some cedar, lavender, some juniper berries, some mugwort, some sage, cardamom, and a little bit of nutmeg. And I got it all pinched in here. And I used a little bit of oil so that I could hold it all together just a little bit of sprigs of some orange and basil essential and pressed it all together so that when I burn it, it burns well and it's really good. And oh my goodness, just putting it again. Now, I'm not talking about saturate this a lot in oil because you make it too wet, it won't burn. You want to just put a few so that when you pinch it, it kind of stays up like this, and it kind of holds a form, but it's not saturated. And then you still have some like grittiness on your fingertip. That's the right consistency. Okay, so then I took it and I just kind of pinched it and mixed it together, set my intentions with it, knowing that it's abundance, it's cleansing. Oh, and I put hyssop in it, put a few pinches of hyssop in it. And yeah, it's got some hyssop in there. Yes, hyssop's really good. It's really, really good. So then I mixed that all in there together. Then I packaged it up for one friend. I'm giving it to her tomorrow. I have a 10:30 appointment. So I mixed it all up and then on top of that, she's getting a oil, but it's just so good. I love, love, love it. Mm, I love it, love it, love it. It just smells so good. Mm. So last night, when I was sleeping, after I took all my skull cap and my oils and everything to get that muscle to relax, um, I dreamt about lights. I dreamt about UFOs flying and dreamt about still the sky falling, falling down. It was the weirdest thing. And this, when I have just a little piece of the charcoal disc in here, just a little piece. And I love it, love it, love it. And that hyssop is so good. And that's such good medicine. Like when you're sitting and writing and you might be doing a candle gaze and just taking a pinch and putting it on the charcoal, setting the intention, and just being in that medicine, you can literally feel it change the vibration around you, change your auric field, very cleansing, very centering, very grounding, very fills up your space. And the way too, you know that it's a really good mixture of incense that you put together when you're blending and putting things together and you bless it up to the seven directions and then you just release that beautiful love, put that love energy into it and put it all together. And when you're giving it to people, you're giving it with the intention of may you have abundance in your life, may you have good health, may you have good currency of wealth that flows to you on all directions, and may every bit of your needs are always met. So I when I make things and I give people the medicine and this client is going to be getting the oil plus this and a frequency business art drawing that I put together. Now it's not it's the symbols and then there's the number codes on it to help balance everything in her business. So as she's moving into a very busy time of the year, and that's my way of saying thank you. You know, she does a wonderful amount of work with me and things that I needed. And she's helped me out a lot. So I really am very grateful for her being and the things she's done for me. And she helped me with my taxes. And she's a wonderful CPA. She knows her shit. She knows how to look at stuff and see if something wasn't done right. That she really helped me to get things cleaned up from when I was doing the independent spa stuff and getting all those taxes and stuff cleaned up. And she really, really helped me to get that cleaned up because, man, my taxing really went out of order when I went on to TurboTax. TurboTax, that screwed me up. You put everything in there, and then somehow things don't always get clicked in like it should. And it's too convenient. Let me put it this way, it's too convenient when you click it over to send to the IRS or whatever for it to just get lost. And then you're thinking everything's okay. And then if it glitches and it doesn't communicate between each other, you got a problem going on. I mean, you might not know about it until several months or years down the road, and they come talking about, oh, but you didn't pay this and did. No, I did. I filed on TurboTax. Well, we never received it. Bullshit. You got it. You just don't want to go look for it. See, that's how they always do stuff. But just letting you know, um, she's just a wonderful, wonderful woman. She really just helped me out a lot, and she really got me through the that wave and that hump. So I made her this. She likes my different things that I bring her, and she always is appreciative, and I love that. And she always gets new moon readings from me, no matter what. She always gets new moon readings, so I always give it to her because she's just you just know certain people that are there. They she's very kind hearted. She's just very well spoken, very good spirit, and I just always want to make sure I give her something that says thank you so much for helping me when I needed you. Thank you. So love that. So that's it. Please check them out on SunMed. Pull them up, read what they have, check out their products. This awesome bomb.com is and it's warming. So it warms up after it's been on your body. And I like to do it right after the shower, put it on the lower back, bring it around that hip area, down over the joints, and talk about life is so much better. All right, lovely. So, being that I see that nobody knows that I'm on because nothing's showing that anybody's watching or what, so who knows what AI is doing. Um, but everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. Please put a like on that video, as well as put a like on this video because once again, I'm constantly being shoved out, or I don't care what they describe it as. If this really was a good platform to be on and there wasn't any problems with what we had to say, it would be like it used to be. You just come on and you get to talk and you get to do your thing. And I totally understand if you want to get rid of the icky ones that are on here. I don't have a problem with that. Get rid of the icky people. You know, I don't have a problem with that. But those of us that are light workers that are coming on, sharing our material, it gets to the point to where you get tired of walking around on eggshells on how you're supposed to say everything. And then you always have to be like, so smiley, smiley all the time. No, a lot of times, some things that come on here and I'm talking about, I'm not going to be super smiley, smiley about it all the time. And that sometimes I just show up as me. I'm just me, just like you are you, just being you. And there shouldn't be any kind of rules about being yourself. Okay. I can see if you were somebody that was sicky and doing things like that. Yeah, no, you don't need to be on here. But if you are someone that's just out there trying to make a difference in the world and doing your part, doing your mission, then hell yeah, you need to be respected. You need to be able to talk and say what you want without feeling like there's something judging you in the corner and making you feel like that. And other people, let me tell you something. Other people who have their own independent channels and things like that and have all those big business corporational support and whatever, their titles, their LLCs and all that stuff for their TV productions and stuff where they can interlock streaming and whatever, yeah, you guys can say whatever you want. They're not going to come after you. They already see you got that. But people that don't have all that investment and they just want to come on and they're kind hearted, no, they'll mess with them because they don't have all that investment stuff. You know, they're easier targets. Just saying. This is so it's kind of like we all have to kind of do this, but things are changing. From what I understand, things are changing. But we shall see how everything really changes towards the end of the month. I'm waiting to see that because there's some people that are claiming that there's some things that are really going to change at the end of the month. And I'm like, here we go again, saying those dates. Don't say dates because they never pan out. Come on now. All right, lovelies, I'm done. Be good to yourself. I wanted you to take a look at that. Feel free to just take time with cedar, lavender, juniper, berries, sage, hyssop. I put even a little bit of rose in this, rose petal leaf, just one big one. Put it in there. And then you'll wet it with maybe an orange or a basil oil. And if you want to put some cardamom in it, sprinkle cardamom on it. Cinnamon, not too much cinnamon. It'll irritate your mucous membranes. And you can do a little bit of nutmeg. Put a little bit on that. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love. Be so light. I hope you enjoy that. Be good to yourself. And just remember, if you're having the body stuff, do the appropriate things. Do the water. Do the cleansings. Wash yourself down and reset and just nourish the body as much as you can. All right. Bye.